Islam, Sheikh Dwayne Bey, Islam. I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey, your wife. It is February the 27th. I'm going to say 2024. On the video, this is going to be a formal documentation. I'm at formerly Extended Stay America. Now they call it Admiral Suites. We are in room 119. They moved us from 116 to 119 about mid of November 2023, about mid or close to the end, or was it? It could have been December. It's been a little while now. So anyway, Imani Gray Bay is here. Uh, he's deep breathing, but I'm going to ask him a few questions. Okay. Because we're preparing to go earn money. I still earn money at Burger King. I just woke up, took a shower, got my hair up so I could put the hat on. I still earn money at Burger King. He still earn money at Wendy's. And what we do is what he's doing now. Wendy's has been under reconstruction, so his manager has been picking him up, taking him with her to another store. And so Monty has always given gas money on Saturday, so he gives her gas money to show appreciation, and he says thank you. So, and because he is thankful and grateful. Um, the Wendy's across the street from Burger King is being worked on in Annapolis, Maryland. It's should be ready, they said, by the end of March or middle of March. Imani Gray Bay, as a naturalized Moor who has affirmed to uphold natural laws of freedom, the Constitution of 1787, um, cosmic laws, your divine covenants of the Most High, your divine highest self. Do you know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland? And this includes inviting someone over to the room, implying that you wanted to date someone, and I'm going to specify African American, Black, Negro, male or female, specifying on that because those are that group that's in Annapolis, whether it's connected to United States military, Navy, Army, or the police or not, has been the most aggressive in reference to force engaging, along with those that speak Spanish from South Central America and Mexico. Um, and then whether they too, because some of them are in the Navy, the Army, and other military branches, and on the police force. The pale skin as well, but they more so look, but they have pulled over in the past after I documented about Black Negro males pulling over saying, "Can I give you a ride?" And they don't know me. We don't know them. And some Africans from different countries of Africa, obviously immigrants that too can be connected to United States Navy and Army or other military branches. So, Imani Gray Bay, as a naturalized Moor who is lawful, do you know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland? In any form of what I spoke of? Oh, whoops. You can't. That's all I'm trying to. Okay. Have you implied that you want to know anyone personally here in Annapolis, Maryland, in that manner? Or any African American, Black, Negro, male, or female? Okay, especially those that keep saying brother, like an animal or a beast, saying, I love your son, or any form at all of a Black Negro that could be a lab experiment, some type of AI, um, that they have created somewhere close or near Annapolis, Maryland, that they have used for years. We came here in June of last week of May of 2016. They probably have used for years to subjugate, steal money, and do other forms of criminal activities, whether it is called force engaging, causing people to be mentally ill, mental engagement, whatever they have used these laboratory experiments for. Do you know any of them personally? No. That includes those that are immigrants from South Central America and Mexico. Immigrants or any other immigrants that's here. Maybe they're from Pakistan and they consider themselves to be Muslims or Catholic, because there's a lot of immigrants here, but a lot of them seem to be or imply to be connected to United States Navy, Army, and military branches or the police. any immigrant that is a lab experiment, any immigrant that is AI, that the United States government have been using for a long, long time to make masses of people sick mentally, physically, by using different forms of sciences, of frequency, of engagement. I don't know any one person here in Annapolis either, um, nor have I implied. And it's interesting because at Burger King, just a few days ago, I became so upset. I think it was last Friday, but then a week before that, this has happened like 3 times in less than a month. Um, I come in, I say, "Good day, Abel." Abel is from Mexico. Good day, everyone. I usually try to say hi to everyone. And then Hamima, who is from Mexico, or and also Elena, I noticed he would, she started making jokes like, "Ooh, Abel," and Rhonda saying stuff like that, or a group of them. Even I've noticed Dora be around the corner, the same things. I'm not sure. I turn my head, so I only can tell you what I hear in the group that's coming around. And I've looked at Hamima, and I've looked at them and told them many times that I do not find this funny. I am that is I have never been around Mexicans or any immigrants that I've told Hamima this times before through the years, that I have to emphasize that I am married, that I have to emphasize that this is not funny, that I'm implying strongly that this is a form of sexual harassment. I have never dealt with any immigrants in that manner. I've been among immigrants for a while, and have always, before I knew truth or started to practice spirituality and grow spiritually, I was very naive in reference to thinking and having a lot of compassion for immigrants that came over here, whether they're from Haiti, different parts of Africa, um, Jamaica, so forth, whatever, because of knowing the history, learning the history that was taught in reference to slavery and the abuse of the superpowers in many what they call third world countries. So I was very sensitive in reference to those that might be biased against immigration. Very sensitive. Um, but I wasn't I wasn't practicing spirituality like I am now. So this is the connection to spirituality and being a practitioner in truth. As I grow spiritually, I'm able to see truth and say that yes, these things happen, but there is something more complex on the spiritual plane in reference to superpowers taking over than what is seen on the physical plane, and especially in reference to African American blacks, because I myself was under that status for a very long, long time. And I mean, my family, I think, once again, we are the only ones, Imani Gray and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, who claim a nationality as Moors, and decided to affirm to uphold the constitutional laws of this landmass as a Tachan Moors. That means we are indigenous to this landmass, and also we are relearning our lineage to the cosmic universe, our lineage and connection to the cosmic universe. So myself, growing up, this too, I can see, was some form of program of deceit, and also pale skin. Many pale skins are able to demonstrate themselves more civilized than that which seem to be um, carbon. They like some like to say carbon because they like to, not all, because they want to make the pale skin the devil, and the carbon or melanated is some type of victim all the time. But it's not true. It is not true. But there are pale skins, definitely pale skins that are also very unclean and unnatural in spirit. So get to the point. We are as I implement a form of spirituality as a practitioner, I realize there is a high frequency of truth. And with spirituality, I can see truth about what we are truly among in reference to African American Black Negroes, male and female. Okay, and why so many of them behave as animals, beasts, because growing up or being among those, when you think of satanic worship or worship of unclean spirits, even the videos, they focus so much on the pale skin, the white devil, which that's not the true term for them, the white devil. It's amazing to see how the Black Negro, African American, has been exempt from these worships or practicing of satanic demonic worship, when a lot of them, too many of them, are um full of demonic spirits, unclean spirits, doing some very wicked criminal behavior. Their energy and their energy field around them is so filthy and unclean. The females are vicious. When I say vicious, they are vicious. The males take pride in attacking women, a woman that's a more that they see as a threat because they see that she knows the truth about them. Vicious. These are demonic energies inside a body that sees that when they see a spiritual celestial being, see them for what they truly are, Islam. So but they're not, so I'm not, so I specifically said this about them because it is obvious that there has been a deliberate cover up to somehow keep them out of videos in reference to satanic and unclean worship and doing different rituals, and also keep them from the demonstration of them being lab experiments. AI, some kids, AI being used to do vicious crimes, or if they are programmed to do vicious crimes, just like the pale skin, devil worship, cannibalism. So it is truly amazing. And then hearing the pale skin and Black Negro and those that speak Spanish say three in Mason, okay? So which that too is a demonic energy inside. That whole energy field of them saying that, which that probably connects to the TV, the media, trying to separate the Black Negro that's unclean and unnatural spirit. When I say Black Negro, I'm referring to African American. That all is the same term according to constitutional laws. From that energy of uncleanliness, because of the celestial clean and high frequency Moors, they know that exists. So if they can keep the mixture flowing, okay, with the celestial high frequency Moors, then they have broken the line of divinity, and that seemed to be the one of many agendas of that which controls them, demonic spirits. So Imani Great Bay and I, Rhonda Arrington-Bey, don't know anyone personally here. It's amazing to I was so surprised because this is a military city. I mean, and I'm so getting back. So then back to Hamima at Burger King. I can't tell. I'm like, why do I have to keep saying this to them to emphasize that I don't find it funny, as though I'm like they trying to open the door for flirtation with me and some of these Mexican males. And so just so happened this time, because now Burger King been taken over by a company. It's called Phoenix Foods. Janelle and Carl do not own this store anymore, and it was under Fantastic Foods. So now I was told a guy named Brad owns it. I only seen him about 3 times.
He took over, I guess, last week of December of 2023. I only seen him 3 times. I usually see the manager, Booker, who came when they took over, and this other um, guy named Stan. Now, you would see that if you saw them, you would give them a description as African American. I don't know. I never talked to him about nationality. I don't know what his nationality is, if he claimed one. I don't know anything personally about him, real personal. Just like we still don't know anyone personally here in Annapolis, and we have chose to keep it this way because whatever criminal activity that has been going on for in Annapolis, it was going on way before we got here. Using lab experiments, creating lab experiments with Black Negroes, African Americans, pale skins, the immigrants that come over here. It has been going on for a very, very long time, and using them to steal money, whatever, rape, molest, subjugate children, kids. Some say kids. It's like differentiating kids from children. I think they're really trying to say that there are laboratory experiments that are kids, and that has a code, which I call the telepathic code, that they expose and use in different manner and create a world for them. So if you have one of these kids and you are trying to normalize criminal activity in their world, normalize rape, molestation, program a form of breeding, they grow up, they don't know anything else. All they know is how to subjugate, how to criminalize, how to do things that are unlawful and not a constitutional law. So you have a cycle of a low frequency flowing on a low realm. So, nonetheless, because I have seen children definitely present when I have experienced, some would say, very criminal and unlawful behavior. So, I find it interesting. This past, I think it was Friday, again, I had to say this to Hamima, and I think Elena was around. They from Mexico, and then Phyllis was there. So there's a new guy that works there. He said he's from Grenada, I think. Um, his name is Derek. I was talking to him about the trades, or saying hi to him, just like I say hi to everyone else. And once again, the energy, someone started saying, "Ooh, is that your boyfriend?" And these were those that speak Spanish. I don't know exactly who, because they have done it many times before, and I've corrected them. But I keep saying Hamima because she has done it so many times, it's hard to forget. And Elena has been around as well. And I said, once again, I don't find that funny. And I've said this, and I looked at Abel, I looked at all of them, and said, I don't find that funny. I am here in a professional atmosphere. Do not, it's like they're trying to normalize and open the door for this type of behavior. Now, among themselves, they might do that. They might go out and have drinks. I don't know. I don't know what kind of relationships they have with one another outside of Burger King. I do not know, because I've never hung out with anyone. That includes the manager. So I became very irritated, she doing by for bed. And I said, I am taken. I said this out loud. I am taken. I am obligated. I have someone. I've said this for years. Sheik Dwayne Bathil Bay. I am taken. And so is Imani Gray Bay. So no one needs to be around, because this has happened so many times, and I've documented hearing people around the room as though they're stalking the rooms. Black, Negro, male, female, and male accents, Spanish accents saying brother, we paid, he Fucku, and definitely sound like some type of lab AI, definitely like a satanic ritual, constantly saying these things. I've documented like some type of AI robot energy saying it. So I said this out loud constantly. I said, I am taken. And so is Imani Gray Bay, my son. No one needs to be coming around my room. No one needs to be in my room. I am taken. And this is not funny to me. And then Phyllis, who was there, who has been there before, observing, said, "You're taken." Like she was irritated to include herself. Phyllis would be considered African American. So I find it interesting that I would even have to say something like that. Over, it is, it is as though, so when I'm not accusing them of saying brother pain, but when you are a demonic spirit and you are trying to implement a form of bondage and subjugation, and that is in reference to, and you are also implementing satanic worship or rituals, okay? Because you think you are saying you a witch, you're a warlock, and you doing all types of unclean rituals to try to breed, rape, molest, whatever you trying to do, stop someone from having money, whatever you trying to do, because you feel you should have the right to have sex with them or to whatever. You will continue to behave in a manner that is unlawful. Now, and I'm not accusing them, but this would be a personality and characteristic of unclean, unnatural spirits, or a community of people behaving in the same manner, a behavior. And it's interesting because this city, the United States Navy, those that imply they bring their family, they still come to Burger King. This city is the United States Navy, Army. It's prevalent. I mean, Phyllis, I've overheard her speak about her husband. I don't know how true it is because I never talked to her about it, but she said it so loud that her husband retired from the Navy. James have spoke about how I asked him, he either still in the Army or was in the Army. So many customers come into Burger King, either were in the Army, they wear the veterans hats, African American, pale skin, so forth, and those that look to speak Spanish. Even I've seen those that look to be Mongoloid from China or Japan, or maybe China. Not, I don't know if it's Japan really, but definitely they look China. But I could be wrong. Chinese, I could be wrong. I usually really good at telling the difference between Chinese and Japanese, but I could be wrong. So I try not to assume. So when I started recording, it was definitely for protection. I should be able, as a naturalized constitutional Moor, be able to earn money and live freely without Black Negroes, African Americans, or any immigrant that's connected to United States Navy, Army, veterans, whatever, trying to force engage as like a beast or animal. This is animal and beast behavior that not supposed to exist in a civilized nation where they like you hear people say third world countries, or they're third world. That's that we brought civilization to them. So as a spiritual practitioner, I'm able to see truth. Definitely, this should not happen where the Navy and Army and other military branches are prevalent, exist, because they're supposed to have uphold laws of freedom. Either they have taken an oath or affirm. They're supposed to be protectorate, not rapists, not molesters, not thieves, not murderers. They're supposed to be protectorates of laws of freedom, and those who are trying to get into the constitutional fold or are in the constitutional fold as we continue to proclaim our actual freedom. If they lab experiments, they supposed to have be programmed to do such things. Whether they're pale skin lab experiments, African American, Black, Negro lab experiments, those that speak Spanish from South Central America, Mexico lab experiments, they supposed to be programmed wherever they may come from, because they're on this landmass where many have died so that we can walk think freely. This city I am so surprised. So I have never thought that I would actually be in a city where you have so many that imply to uphold some form of law, but really are criminals. So I'm just going to leave it at that. It is February of 27th, 2024. I'm Rhonda Arrington-Bey.